Carrie Underwood, one of country music's biggest stars, has spent years building a career defined by powerhouse vocals and chart-topping hits. We all just love Carrie Underwood. She's a singer, a songwriter, she's an actress, she's a wife, and a mom to 3-year-old Isaiah. Her performance at Donald Trump's inauguration was supposed to be another shining moment and a patriotic display of her incredible talent. Instead, it turned into something unexpected. Join us as we break down what went wrong, and here's what Mel Gibson had to say about Carrie Underwood's Trump inauguration performance. The guest list at Trump's inauguration in 2025 was nothing short of a political, technological, and celebrity-studded spectacle. The attendance of past and present political figures at Trump's second inauguration was a mix of tradition and awkward reunions. Unlike in 2021, when Trump skipped Biden's inauguration, President Joe Biden and Vice President Kamala Harris did attend, along with their spouses, Jill Biden and Doug Emhoff. This marked a return to the tradition of defeated candidates showing up to witness the peaceful transfer of power, though the mood among them may have been less than celebratory. Former Presidents Barack Obama, George W. Bush, and Bill Clinton also made an appearance, though they notably opted out of the traditional post-inauguration luncheon. Hillary Clinton and Laura Bush were present as well, but Michelle Obama sat this one out, perhaps finding other ways to spend her day rather than sitting through Trump's triumphant return. Sitting in a VIP section were none other than Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, and Mark Zuckerberg, arguably the three most influential business minds of our time. Elon, a major Trump donor and now a co-leader of a new government initiative on efficiency, had long since embraced the former president. Jeff, ever the pragmatist, decided not to let past tensions with Trump's attacks on the Washington Post cloud his judgment. He was there perhaps more out of necessity than admiration. And Mark, well, after years of navigating political landmines, seemed to be making a conscious effort to get on Trump's good side, even co-hosting a high-profile reception for the occasion. Other Silicon Valley heavyweights were also in attendance: OpenAI's Sam Altman, Apple's Tim Cook, Google's Sundar Pichai, and Uber's Dara Khosrowshahi. Historically, foreign heads of state have not attended U.S. presidential inaugurations, but Trump has never been one for tradition. This time, several international figures made the trip to Washington, reflecting the global significance of Trump's presidency. Argentina's President Javier Milei was spotted deep in conversation with former House Speaker Kevin McCarthy. Italy's Prime Minister Giorgia Meloni, a vocal Trump ally, was expected to attend pending her schedule. Particularly bold move, Trump extended an invitation to Chinese President Xi Jinping, though Xi sent his Vice President Han Jiang in his place. Meanwhile, representatives from Belgium's Vlaams Belang Party, France's Rassemblement National Party, Germany's AfD, Spain's Vox Party, and the UK's Nigel Farage were all in attendance. If you thought the guest list was limited to politicians and billionaires, think again. Trump's inauguration was also a magnet for internet celebrities, further blurring the line between politics and pop culture. Leading the charge were YouTube and boxing sensations Jake and Logan Paul, sitting in the VIP section. Also present were comedian and podcaster Theo Von, TikTok star Bryce Hall, and the notorious Nelk Boys. These were the influencers Trump courted throughout his campaign, appearing on their podcasts and embracing the so-called bro vote. Caitlyn Jenner, UFC boss Dana White, and Megyn Kelly were also in attendance. Amber Rose, a somewhat surprising addition, also made an appearance, though her reason for attending remained a mystery to many. A star-studded soundtrack for Trump's second inauguration. Of course, a day like this couldn't have gone without a lineup of musical performances, and Trump's second inauguration did not disappoint, at least on paper. The event promised a mix of classic American patriotism, expected disco nostalgia, and a few eyebrow-raising appearances that had everyone talking. For a man who made his name in the world of showbiz, Trump's big return to the White House was bound to have some entertainment value. His inaugural committee made sure of that, curating a lineup that spanned across generations and musical genres. From country legends to 70s icons, the music was set to reflect the spirit of the occasion, one of celebration, unity, and, well, a little bit of unpredictability. Ladies and gentlemen, performing America the Beautiful, please welcome the Armed Forces Chorus and Carrie Underwood. Leading the pack was Carrie Underwood, the country music powerhouse and former American Idol winner. She was set to sing "America the Beautiful" in front of the massive crowd, a performance that would serve as a soaring emotional lead-up to Trump's swearing-in. Carrie, known for her powerful voice and ability to belt out patriotic anthems, seemed like the perfect fit. Her statement before the event reflected a desire to put politics aside and focus on bringing people together through music. "I love our country, and I'm honored to have been asked to sing at the inauguration and to be a small part of this historic event," she said. Then came Lee Greenwood, a name synonymous with conservative rallies and presidential events. Lee, whose 1984 song, "God Bless the USA," is practically a second national anthem for Trump supporters, was brought in to set the mood as Trump made his grand entrance. Lee had performed for Trump before, and this time was no different. He was a reliable presence, ensuring that the crowd got their fill of all-American nostalgia. For a touch of high culture, opera singer Christopher McKeough was given the honor of performing the national anthem. Christopher, known for his deep, resonant voice, had already become a favorite within Trump's circles, having performed at multiple campaign events and rallies. His operatic style was a stark contrast to the rest of the lineup, but hey, variety is the spice of life. And then, because no Trump event would be complete without at least one unexpected twist, came the Village People. Yes, the same ones who gave the world YMCA, a song that inexplicably became a Trump rally favorite over the years. Despite their hit song being widely considered a gay anthem, the group saw no contradiction in performing for Trump's inauguration. "Music is for everyone," they stated, acknowledging that not all their fans would be thrilled about their participation but insisting that they were there to bring people together. The Village People were booked to perform not once but twice, first at a campaign-style rally the night before and then at one of the official inaugural balls. Whether this was an attempt to make Trump's inauguration the most dance-friendly in history or just an amusing case of political irony, no one could say. The musical performances were planned to extend beyond just the ceremony itself. Trump's team had put together 3 official inaugural balls, each with its own unique theme and entertainment. Beyond the official events, a string of side parties and celebrations popped up throughout Washington. The conservative group Turning Point USA hosted a ball, and there was even a crypto ball, because of course there was. Meanwhile, the Legacy of Freedom Ball promised a guest list that included rappers Waka Flocka and Fivio Foreign, alongside social media personalities and former NFL players. But amidst all the glitz, glamour, and unexpected pairings, one of the biggest performances of the night belonged to Carrie Underwood. All eyes were on her as she took the stage to deliver what was supposed to be a flawless and moving rendition of "America the Beautiful." Only, well, let's just say it didn't go exactly as planned. During Donald Trump's second inauguration, everything was going according to plan, until it wasn't. Carrie Underwood, the country music sensation, took the stage to deliver a stirring performance of "America the Beautiful," but in a moment that no performer ever wants to experience, the background music failed her. It was a classic nightmare scenario for any live singer. One moment, everything is in place, the next, silence. No orchestral accompaniment, no backing track, just her voice and a sea of dignitaries, political heavyweights, and an audience expecting a flawless performance. Yet Carrie did what true professionals do, she didn't panic. Carrie stood at the podium, flanked by members of the Armed Forces Chorus and the United States Naval Academy Glee Club. As she took a deep breath and prepared to sing, something was clearly off. The track that was supposed to accompany her performance never started. For a few tense seconds, there was confusion. Was there a delay? A glitch? The crowd stirred slightly, sensing the hiccup. Instead of faltering, Carrie took control. She smiled, adjusted her posture, and simply said, "You know the words, help me out. Here, you know the words, help me out here." It was a brilliant move. If anything, it only made the moment more powerful. Without hesitation, the members of the Armed Forces Chorus and the Naval Academy Glee Club jumped in to provide a rich, harmonious backing to her voice. And just like that, the performance took on a raw, impromptu magic that no amount of pre-planning could have achieved. For the next few minutes, Carrie commanded the moment, her voice clear and unwavering, soared across the Capitol as she delivered an unexpected a cappella rendition of the patriotic classic. If anything, the lack of music made it even more poignant. There was nothing to hide behind, just her vocals and the united voices of the chorus filling the cold Washington air with a stripped-down, heartfelt tribute to the nation. It was a test of professionalism, and Carrie passed with flying colors. Where some artists might have stumbled, she adapted. Where others might have hesitated, she turned a mistake into an opportunity. And the crowd? They loved it. Even former President Joe Biden and Vice President Kamala Harris, sitting just a few feet away, appeared moved by the performance. Meanwhile, Trump, standing at the front, nodded in approval, clapping as the song reached its final crescendo. Once she finished, the applause was thunderous. It wasn't just appreciation for her voice, it was respect for her composure. As she stepped down, she shook hands with both Trump and Vice President J.D. Vance, flashing a grin that suggested she knew she had turned a near disaster into a defining moment. Later, when asked about the incident, Carrie kept it light-hearted. "Live performances, what can you do?" she laughed, acknowledging that sometimes things don't go as planned, but one must simply adapt. Despite the unexpected challenges, she considered it an honor to perform regardless of the circumstances. The internet, of course, had a field day. Clips of the moment went viral within minutes, with social media users praising her ability to adapt. Memes were born. Some turned her "help me out here" into a rallying cry. While some praised Carrie Underwood for her grace under pressure during the technical mishap at Trump's inauguration, others were far less forgiving. The conversation quickly shifted from her unexpected a cappella performance to something completely unrelated to her talent, her outfit. It wasn't the notes she hit or the way she handled the moment that caught the most attention afterward. Instead, social media lit up with comments, criticism, and even outright mockery of what she was wearing. The discussion about Carrie's attire wasn't about whether she looked good, but rather about the fact that her ensemble wasn't what people expected from a star of her caliber at such a high-profile event. Originally, Carrie had anticipated stepping onto the inauguration stage in a custom-designed couture gown, something fit for the occasion and a reflection of her status as a Grammy-winning artist. But that didn't happen. According to insiders, Carrie's hopes for a show-stopping designer look were dashed when neither the administration nor a designer offered to foot the bill for a custom outfit. With time running out, she had to pivot, opting for something much simpler and frankly far less expensive. Her final look, a sleek sleeveless mock turtleneck midi dress from Opito Modes, an Italian brand that specializes in understated elegance. The price tag? Just $300, a fraction of what high-profile performers typically wear at such events. She paired it with ivory leather T-strap heels from Ingers, which had been discounted to $272. The whole ensemble was styled by her longtime fashion consultant Marina Toy-Billet, who is known for crafting Carrie's looks for award shows and performances. On any other day, the dress would have been a quiet, elegant choice, but this wasn't just any day. This was a presidential inauguration, and people expected drama, glitz, and luxury. Instead, they got a well-dressed Carrie, but not a red carpet Carrie. As soon as photos surfaced, the internet wasted no time in tearing her look apart. Some critics were baffled that a celebrity of her status would wear something off the rack to such a momentous event. Others called it too plain or underwhelming. There were even those who joked that she looked like she was heading to a workload rather than a presidential inauguration. And then came the comparisons. Many pointed out how past inauguration performers had stunned in breathtaking outfits. Lady Gaga's extravagant Chiaparelli gown from Biden's inauguration, complete with a golden dove brooch, was immediately brought up. Even Melania Trump's Ralph Lauren powder blue suit from 2017 was referenced. Compared to those fashion moments, Carrie's simple grey dress seemed almost forgettable. Fashion bloggers and social media critics took it a step further, speculating that she had been snubbed by designers who either didn't want to be associated with the event or didn't see her as a high-fashion client. Some questioned whether her decision to perform in the first place had impacted her ability to secure a big-name designer. And let's not forget the shoes. If there was one thing that people really latched onto, it was the shoes. The Ingers, practical, classic, but far from a showstopper, became the subject of memes and jokes across Twitter and TikTok. The fact that they were on sale only added fuel to the fire. One viral tweet read, "Carrie showed up to Trump's inauguration in discount shoes. Girl, at least get them full price." Looking at the situation from the outside, it's easy to wonder, Was it really that bad? After all, Carrie looked effortlessly polished, and if anything, she proved that you don't need a $10,000 gown to stand in front of world leaders and deliver a powerful performance. But in an era where image is everything, especially at highly scrutinized political events, her simple choice was seen as a misstep. Whether fair or not, fashion at inaugurations matters, and people expect spectacle. Streaming numbers take a hit. However, the worst for Carrie came only after the inauguration, and no, it was not about the hate over her outfit. As the dust settled from her viral America the Beautiful performance, technical mishap and all, she faced another unexpected consequence, a drop in her streaming numbers. For a singer of Carrie's caliber, major public performances typically lead to a boost in listenership. Whether it's a Super Bowl halftime show, an award ceremony, or even a well-placed commercial, moments like these usually drive fans to revisit an artist's catalog. Thank you so much. Wow, this means so much to me because I really am so very proud of this album. But not this time. According to data from Luminate, Carrie's music was streamed 1.46 million times on January 20th, the day of the inauguration, a 6% drop from the previous Monday, when her songs racked up 1.55 million streams. In an industry where exposure usually equals profit, this decline was a glaring red flag. She wasn't the only one feeling the impact. Rapanelli, who performed at the inaugural Liberty Ball later that evening, saw his own streaming numbers dip. His tracks, which were streamed 1.54 million times on Inauguration Day, had been performing better the week before, reaching 1.63 million streams. While both artists did see a slight increase in digital downloads, neither crossed the 1,000 download mark that day, a surprisingly low number given the scale of the event. The backlash against Carrie for performing at Trump's inauguration had clearly translated into something tangible, fans tuning her out. For an artist who has spent nearly 2 decades at the top of the country charts, this was new territory. But you must be wondering, what does Mel Gibson have to do with all this? Mel Gibson's unexpected support for Carrie Underwood. Well, we already said that Carrie was the target of criticism after what should have been a major career day, and here's when Mel Gibson responded to Carrie Underwood's Trump inauguration performance, proving that unexpected support can sometimes come from the most surprising places. While social media was ablaze with debates about her song, her dress, and even her decision to perform in the first place, Mel had a different perspective. Rather than weighing in on the politics of the event or the online fashion police's critiques, the actor and filmmaker took a moment to acknowledge what really mattered, Carrie's talent and grace under pressure. According to Underwood herself, Mel reached out with a personal note of encouragement. In an Instagram comment, she revealed, "Had a huge amount of support from loved ones and even random support from people I admire, like Mel Gibson, who left a lovely note. I'm grateful." Gibson's message was refreshingly blunt. He reportedly told Carrie that talent will always outweigh the noise of public scrutiny. It doesn't matter what anyone wears, and it certainly doesn't say anywhere how much money you have to spend to look good. What matters is talent, and you have that in spades, he wrote. At a time when the internet was hyper-focused on the price tag of her outfit rather than her ability to deliver a stunning vocal performance despite an unforeseen technical malfunction, Mel's words were a reminder that artistry should never be overshadowed by aesthetics. Whether people agreed or disagreed with her decision to sing at the event, one thing was undeniable: Carrie handled an impossible situation with class. Do you think Carrie's outfit really mattered, or was the backlash over her $300 dress and shoes blown out of proportion?